How Blue Lock teaches you about the ego you lack by rising. I ain't gonna lie, that's facts, man. Using your ego. The ego is powerful. The ego is powerful. I ain't gonna lie, man. Come on, man. Look at Jordan. Look at Kobe. The ego was crazy. The ego was crazy, yo. The only person like he don't really show his ego is LeBron, but I know it's in there. You know what I'm saying? I know it's in there. He showing himself a little soft, but I know it's in there. You can't cook like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't cook like that for that long and not be like, come on, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Egoist. A person who is self-centered and focused
forgot when he
primarily
looked
on
like
their
that,
own
man.
needs and
His eyes don't
desires.
look like that
While
no
it is
more.
generally
They don't
understood
animate
that
like
having
that no more.
self-confidence is important in sports, the specific emphasis on being an egoist is a central theme in Blue Lock that stands out when watching the show. But what does it really mean to
Blue
be
Lock was
one, and why does
cooking.
being an egoist specifically seem to matter so much? Let's set the stage. Blue Lock takes place in a post-World Cup Japan, after the country's defeat in 2018. Ego Jinpachi, the coach and essential game master of Blue Lock, believes that the root of Japan's defeat in the World Cup was a lack of strong individual scoring ability, which he attributes to the country's strong cultural emphasis on filling one's assigned role and working as a cohesive unit. Jinpachi believes that in order to win the World Cup, Japan will need a revolutionary scorer who possesses a strong sense of individuality and the ability to go beyond their assigned role on the field. According to Jinpachi, soccer is a sport that requires...
Messi is thinking about the team? You think Ronaldo? Nah, that's kind of crazy. Of course they think about the team, but you know what I'm saying? They're trying to take that shot.
According to Jinpachi, soccer is a sport that requires more than just following orders and fulfilling your assigned role. This is why he says originally soccer was a sport with 11 strikers, because every individual player's goal should be to do what they can to score, and thus the player taking the shot should be the player most capable of it. As the show puts it, to turn 0 into 1, a single player has to define themselves as the striker. An ego is required to decide for yourself that you will be the striker, and the other players will naturally evolve around the striker, taking up the other positions on the field to support the striker and score as many points as possible. The arrow isn't drawn, it makes the bow come to it. In the world of soccer, goalies, defenders, and midfielders can be trained. But first-class strikers appear where the game is most intense. That's because the ego required to be a top-notch striker also attracts players to the highest level of competition. It's a never-ending cycle of confidence, skill, and determination that propels the best players to the top while crushing the players below them. The main character of a story is often the vessel through which the messages and themes are conveyed, and Isagi, the protagonist in Blue Lock, is no exception. Despite at first hand coming across as someone soft and maybe unconfident, Isagi perfectly embodies the idea that ego is a key factor in driving one's abilities.
He kind of did that from the start,
Isagi's
from the first
character,
episode
personality, and ability.
When he just started when he attacked that silver hair guy, when he's just like, he's got Jewel in and he's like, yo, let's get the top dog. Like, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I just wanted to get the top dog. Come on,
These
man.
are all crafted to highlight the idea that ego is what propels a player's success in soccer. At the start of the show, Isagi is a bubble ready to burst. We see his internal desire to reach a higher level of competition. Despite his aspirations, he chooses to fulfill the team player stereotype by passing the ball instead of scoring himself, which in most sports anime would be
That's why I feel
rewarded.
like, you know
While
what I'm
you'd
saying?
assume this statistically is the better play, it is essentially shying away from the competition. Isagi distinctly says, "I'm going to nationals," not "we're going to nationals," when he rushes down the goal. However, when faced with the first selection of Blue Lock, Isagi makes a conscious choice to prioritize his ego over his insecurities. He attacks players who are stronger than him, showing that he has a true desire to compete. Ryosuke Kira is the opposite of him. Being more talented and blasting through several defenders to score a goal in the same match, Isagi decided to pass. However, those defenders simply weren't as good as he is. But when he's in the first selection, he ridicules the exercise rather than considering it an exciting challenge. And when faced with opposition, he gave up despite having the physical and mental capabilities to succeed. Ryosuke's giving up has nothing to do with willpower, hard work, talent, or anything like that. It's simply a lack of a true ego which would have propelled him to dominate the selection with his talent, which is the ego that Isagi did have and that made him challenge not just someone better than him, but the best player in the room. This dichotomy is most easily displayed even before the start of Blue Lock. Being informed of Jinpachi's ideology and told that his competition will put their future soccer careers at risk with the goal of simply becoming the best, Ryosuke is the first person to reject this notion, while Isagi is the first to accept it. Isagi's weapon on the field is his spatial awareness, which allows him to have a comprehensive view of the field. Unlike other characters who have easily defined weapons and talents such as Bachira's dribbling, Chigiri's speed, or Kunigami's power shot, Isagi's vision of the field allows him to control the game, rather than dominate it directly. When used modestly, Isagi's spatial awareness makes him a solid defender or a great assist, but when used egotistically, it allows him to control the game completely, circumvent his opponent's strengths, and manipulate the game to score goals for himself. Put together, Isagi is a genius of adaptability. He doesn't just seek out the greatest competition, and he doesn't just have a great vision of the game. He's willing to use these traits to break himself down and repair himself over and over again, using not just his own strengths, but the things he's learned over the course of a game to see, adapt to, and overcome these challenges. I think another character that's a great vessel for the mentality of Blue Lock is Chigiri. While Chigiri had a great weapon of his own, being his speed, after an injury he becomes scared of losing what he has left. While this is honestly a perfectly normal way to feel, it does kneecap any chance of him developing a future in soccer, which he is painfully aware of. However, Chigiri's interaction with Isagi serves as a wake-up call and sparks the resurgence of his lost ego. Chigiri realizes that his fears have been holding him back and preventing him from reaching his full potential. Ego, in this case, is not just a sense of self-importance, but a driving force that fuels his ambitions and desires. It's not just a matter of bravery or willpower, but the burning desire of his ego that allows him to rip himself free of the shackles that tied him down. To explain why it's specifically ego and not willpower or bravery that allows Chigiri to do this, his desire isn't to help his team win or to enjoy the feeling of the wind flowing past him or something like that. It's the satisfaction he feels outspeeding others and leaving them biting his dust, which is more important to him than his knee, his reputation, or even his entire soccer career. The ego that drives him to literally stake everything he has on a single moment is the same ego that proudly lets him proclaim his desire to be the world's greatest striker. All of this is good and well, however, in a competition specifically designed to grow players alongside their ego.
Yeah, this guy's an excellent explainer. I'm about to subscribe to him. Hold on. Because he's totally right about that. And that happens in real life too. But the thing is, real life is kind of unforgiving. And I feel like if that guy, what's his name again? Chigiri? I feel like if he does that again, he don't care about his knee. You injure it once, you can injure it again. I think you're most likely to injure it again. So you probably injure it again. Like, real life is unforgiving, but this anime, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, man, forget your knee, man. Forget that injury. You still got your speed. Keep running. And that ego helps him push to keep running and run as fast as you can. Come on, man.
Egos will clash.
But the ego
and while there are many noteworthy characters in the series, the most intriguing is Itoshi Rin, who holds the coveted #1 ranking in the competition. While Rin is absent for the beginning of the story, the fact all characters are ranked numerically leaves the audience interested in finding out who #1 is. We are introduced to a bunch of incredibly talented prodigies, each with their own unique ego and skill set, but from the start, we know that whoever carried the #1 on their shoulder must be better than these players. Jinpachi's biased ranking, which is heavily influenced by ego, would place one of the most egotistical players at the top. And when Rin is finally revealed, the audience is left with a sense of subdued anticipation. We know that he is the best, but we don't know by how much. Isagi, who has an unwavering ego and a strong sense for competition, would obviously want to challenge Rin, knowing that the third selection will separate the players who stand at the peak from those who stand at the summit. During the match between Isagi and Rin's teams, we introduced a 3 new mindset from Rin and his teammates. Tokumitsu's self-image is so low that it forces a sense of desperation in his play that goes beyond anything we've seen up until now. Aryu is almost the total opposite of Tokumitsu. He cares heavily about the spotlight and wants to stand out more than any other player. And then there's Rin. And we really get to see why he's considered the greatest player in the competition. For Rin, the stakes of losing are greater than for anyone else. He's not obsessed with winning, he's obsessed with not losing. While other players stake their dreams, reputations, and careers on these games, for Rin, losing is equivalent to death. His ego makes him play at a level of confidence and utmost authority unmatched by anyone else in the competition. Unfortunately, this match doesn't go very well for Isagi. Despite him and his team's best efforts, they're unable to overcome the talent and ego of Rin and his team. Icarus flew too close to the sun too, which shows the importance of not only understanding your own.
But I don't like how you explain that, man, because it was mad close, man. He cooked them too during that match. Stop playing, bro, with that back. Yo, he was, bro, come on, bro, stop playing, bro. He did fly too close to the sun, though. Wait, no, it wasn't this match. Was it this match? Was it this match or was it the next match? Oh, I can't remember. No. He did get cooked in this match. My fault. Never mind. I think it was the
own abilities, but being able to perceive yourself in comparison to someone else. But in the world of competitive sports, it is an inevitability that even the greatest players will face defeat at some point in their careers. The true test of character lies in how one deals with that loss.
Yeah, it wasn't until he had him when he started cooking.
Stands out even more. While many other shonen and storytelling genres focus on the recovery from defeat, Blue Lock emphasizes the value of despair and the possibilities it opens up. Jinpachi believes that individuals who suffer defeat but have an unyielding, never give up mentality are blinded to a reality that is constantly moving away from them. Instead, it's the players who experience the strongest sense of despair and disillusionment after a loss that are most likely to find new opportunities for growth and evolution. As we've seen already, a player's ego is a crucial part of their identity and their motivation. However, when that ego is shattered by defeat, it can be a deeply painful and destabilizing experience. Only the players with the strongest sense of self and the most resilient egos will be able to pick themselves up and move forward. The idea of embracing despair may seem counterintuitive, but it is an essential part of personal growth and development. In the world of Blue Lock, it is not enough to simply have a strong will and determination. One must have the courage to confront their weaknesses and embrace the despair that comes with it. Only then can they emerge as a better, stronger version of themselves. Isagi himself is no stranger to this kind of struggle. Throughout the series, he faces numerous setbacks and challenges, and each time he must claw his way out by relying on his ego. However, in order to overcome even greater challenges that could lie ahead of him, he may need to confront an even greater sense of despair and hopelessness. Only by surviving that clash with his own ego and learning from the experience can he hope to become the world's greatest striker. Exactly. Anyways, Blue Lock is a story about ego, ambition, and the pursuit of greatness in the world of soccer. It challenges traditional shonen tropes by focusing on the importance of ego and how it drives the characters to push themselves to their limits. I think it's a pretty interesting take on the genre, which is why I wanted to delve through it like this. This style of video is very different from other things I've done, so if you enjoyed the video at all, show
him. Maybe, no, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, he will be the greatest striker ever. Because they play off of him too, and a team adjusts around the striker, and he makes everybody around him pretty much better. Yeah, he will be the greatest though. He will be the greatest. But shout out Ryzen, everything he said was right, man. Everything he said was right. He was spitting facts in that. He was spitting facts in that video, man. How the ego pushes you, but the ego also make you like lick your wounds when you lose. You know what I'm saying? It could break, it could crush you. It could crush you. You know what I'm saying? But then if you pick yourself back up, you come back 1.1 times stronger. Maybe. Can't lie, that is a dangerous game though, yo. Your ego, if you really do follow your ego, bro, you can get crushed. You can't get crushed, bro. I can't lie. But that's the beauty of it. You gotta love the game. You gotta love the game. Blue Lock really did give out some sauce. I can't even lie. Blue Lock gave out some sauce, yo. Remaking yourself, following your ego, never giving up. Like the messages in Blue Lock is fire. It's actually amazing. It's better than like shonen. It's better than shonen messages of like, yo, let's all be friends, man. Let's all be friends. Like, yo, that's not realistic, bro. Niggas ain't friendly out here. Niggas ain't friendly out here, gang. You know what I'm saying, bro? But it's also like using the people around you, being friends with the people around you, but not the Naruto way, not the shonen way. You know what I'm saying? A realistic way. But I'm out. Like, subscribe to Ryzen if you aren't already, man. He was cooking with this one. I can't lie, he was spitting facts. And Blue Lock was spitting facts too. I never realized that they were spitting facts like that. How Blue Lock teaches you about the ego you lack. That title was perfect for this video. I can't lie, that title was perfect for this video.